Mom's back! This week, the Super Chevy Bros dive into the Video Game Awards announcements. Fortnite, Kojima, Blade. Biko reviews the new Final Fantasy 16 DLC. Mom doesn't fall asleep. Chevar expresses his disdain for The Day Before, while Biko yearns for longer speeches from developers. Mom reviews Leave the World Behind, and the boys mourn the death knell for E3. It's getting nippy in here. It's cold too. It's time for the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. It is episode 123. Today is December 13th.
Is it?
The Wednesday, the second.
Is it? I thought it was 122.
It is 122.
Whatever. It's episode 122.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 122 of the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. This is the, the Game Awards version of the episode, the show. But we have back on the show, Mom. Mom is back this week.
Hi.
Hello, Mom.
Hi.
She's back.
She's back.
Yeah, how did you feel with your break?
It was much needed. And it was only one show. I mean, come on.
She said it was much needed.
Okay. All right. What did you do while you were not here?
I was Christmas thingying. I was looking at Christmas trees being lit and all sorts of things. I had to get a little bit of the holiday spirit.
Okay. Good.
I mean,
that's good.
I should have brought some to the show. Jingle bell.
Okay. All right.
Okay, great. How about you, Biko? How was your week?
It was good. Mostly just work, honestly. I did play quite a bit of video games. I played a lot of Yakuza 3. Got pretty deep into that. I played some other stuff, but we'll talk about it later. It's included in the whole Game Awards thing. But yeah, it's been a pretty good week. Been pretty chill. Nothing too crazy going on. Getting ready for coming to Dallas so we can celebrate the holiday. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's there. And yeah, so right around the corner from that. Looking forward to not having work next week. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. Doing great.
I knew I should have brought that holiday spirit. It's Christmas.
It is Christmas. That is
Christmas.
Right. And for our Jewish viewers, happy Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
Yes.
That started like 2 days ago, right? 3 days ago?
Oh my God.
I think Friday.
I don't know. I'm not Jewish.
Me neither.
I think Friday.
Yeah, I'm not.
When does Kwanzaa start?
Don't nobody care.
Oh
Don't
my
nobody.
God.
Nobody knows.
See how
Nobody
the world
cares.
treats us? Okay.
Nobody knows
Brother.
when Kwanzaa starts.
That is terrible.
Oh, it starts the day after Christmas. Nah, we done after that. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's Boxing
It's
Day.
the
Well, that's
26th.
Boxing
No,
Day.
no, it's the 26th to the 1st. I'm literally Googling
is
it right
it?
now.
Okay.
Yes. Oh
Well,
my God,
then
y'all
we
were so
have-
quick.
We'll have it extended. Kwanzaa.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This holiday was created in 1966. I see why people don't celebrate it. It's new. It's new on the block.
Kwanzaa was made in 1966.
Yes.
Man, they were right. They were like, all right, this is the time. All right, that's cool.
Right.
No, hey, it was in the middle of the civil rights movement, and I'm just glad other things caught on more because I don't know if this was it. I don't know if that's what we should have. We need Black Christmas. I don't know about that.
You mean Blixmas? That's what we call it.
Blixmas.
That's what we call it around here. The Blixmas.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. No,
Oh,
shout out
no,
to,
it's not. It's Kwanzaa. It's not about Jesus. Oh, okay.
Hold
No,
on.
it's not.
Okay.
It's actually
So is it?
the originator actually believed that Jesus was psychotic and that Christianity is a white religion that people should shun. But they stopped talking about that as much later on.
Well, they had
So
to.
is-
Blasphemy.
Yeah, they had to let it make it palatable.
Is Kwanzaa
Yeah, I know.
not African? Is it's an American thing?
It's African American. Yes, no, it's a very recently made holiday that was made during the civil rights movement. Like, yeah, straight up.
Okay.
It's very new.
So
it's not
Kwanzaa's-
African. It's African
Kwanzaa's
American.
American. Okay. Dang, think about it. If Kwanzaa came like 20 years later, instead of Kwanzaa, like an African sounding name, it would be called like Mersuchi or something. You know how many people do you know named like Quintanas or
Nah,
Mercedes
it would
or
have been like
Porsche?
a Wu-Tang name or some shit. It would have been like
yeah, something like that.
Master Splinter Day or some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay, I'm so
No,
done.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay. Well,
no,
Mom, do you have a movie for us this week? We missed out last week.
I have what was made and termed a movie, and I will put it in my review. And
So yes.
yes,
So
yes. Yeah, I think he was asking you because we're yeah.
I
This is Mom's Movie Corner, starring
Why are you so nasty?
Right?
Like, you the
It's
fire. You the fire, whoever that was. That's
it has a
nasty,
cold
dog.
or something. Yeah.
Okay, come on.
All right. Welcome to the movie review this week. And as you could tell, I wasn't really thrilled about the movie. I've really anticipated watching this movie on Netflix. Not in the theater this time, but it had an all-star cast: Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Mahala. Sure if I pronounced her name correct. And the name of the movie.
Please speak into the microphone.
Okay. And the name of did you catch all that? Do I need to repeat it?
You were doing some Hanukkah thing and didn't come through, but you're fine.
Okay. It's called Leave the World Behind. They left me behind. The premise of the story was, like most of the movies now, the end of the
What
world.
movie is this again?
Leave the World Behind.
Oh yeah, this
And
is
their
a Netflix
previews
movie, right?
are
That's all I
real-
needed to know.
Yes. No.
Yeah. Okay.
because
That's it. That's all I need to know.
There are some good Netflix movies. There are some nominated
Yeah,
Netflix movies.
There are some good Netflix movies. Yeah, you're gonna catch a nomination when you throw out freaking 70 movies a year. Yeah, you're
Okay,
gonna catch
but-
at least a few nominations.
Okay, you can say that. Is my review. So
Yeah, I can say it.
Mahershala Ali. I mean, right there, I was sold. Julia Roberts, hadn't seen her in a while, but okay, she's a draw. It was just really a great build-up. The previews were intense. The movie had you questioning what's happening. And that's not a bad thing. You could start guessing, figuring out, and we established a while back that I no longer try to outthink the movie because at some point we'll get to the end, right? So Chevar likes to think through everything. I don't. Not anymore. It's just entertainment. That's why you pay to watch it. So we get to the... I don't want to give away anything because it's if I suffered through it, I want you to suffer through it and come to the conclusion that I came to at the end. What a waste of my time. It was great acting. It was great what do you call it? Build up, anticipation. I mean, and at the end, when you find out what's happening, I wanted to throw my popcorn and ice cream at the TV. What a letdown. Great build up. Terrible letdown. So I recommend you watch Leave the World Behind, draw your own conclusion, and throw your popcorn at the screen at the end. I would give it, for Netflix movies, the rating of C. And that hurts my heart to give that movie that rating because I have looked forward to it since the first preview. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw the
kinda
movie.
Sucks.
I saw the movie. When I watched the movie and I got to the end, and I told Dad this in the car while we were talking politics and other sophisticated things.
Nonsuch.
No, we were. I said, when I got to the end of this movie, I said to myself, this is definitely a film adaptation of a book. Because the only movies where the premises are really good, but then the thing you're watching is just the biggest snore fest, are movies that are based on books, drama books. And I'm sure enough, this is a movie based on a book. I'm sure if you read the book, it'd be like a brain tingling, there'd be more entertainment in it because in books, part of the entertainment is just the story. It's not just the characters. It's the writing and the details and the, exposition of things. But in a movie, it just doesn't work. It's just, you get to the end of that movie and it's like, first of all, it makes you hate children. It did for me.
Oh my god.
It does.
Oh my god.
Second of all, it makes you it does. Mom's right. It does this big build up thing and it keeps just building you. And then the movie's done. It's just over. It's so much is unexplained. I don't know. I agree. It's a D in my book.
Ooh.
Mom, can you give? Okay, can I throw a test at you?
Sure.
All right. I love your movie reviews. Okay, but sometimes I think people listen to these and they have no clue what the movie's about. So can you just give us a 2-sentence,
I gave a perfect Good Burger movie review, and now you're complaining.
No, I just want 2 sentences so a person knows what they're stepping into. Because you just said it's the end of the world.
The end of the world. That's what I said.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's not what. Okay.
No, yeah, she said that. Yeah,
well, for this
but
movie,
that doesn't at all
Okay.
give you.
Okay, since you the end of the
Just-
world.
2 sentences, just 2.
All right, not 2 words. Okay. So we don't know this, but
Oh my God.
something is happening. Something has shifted. And we don't know exactly what is happening, but there's a lot of racist stuff going on.
Okay, Mom. Okay,
That's what was happening.
Okay, but that's not okay. Can I give you my 2 sentences? Just
Because
Wow.
they didn't have to do it like that. I don't even see the point of all that, to be honest with you.
it's just the point is the characterization of the people. That's all.
Right, and they could have done that totally different.
I know,
as
but
well.
what I'm talking about the more
Oh,
meta
mom
of-
didn't like the racism.
the racism was fine.
Oh no,
but
I love the racism, Biko. No,
Okay.
I didn't like the racism.
the
My
racism
point
was fine. It's part of it's the world. The world has racism.
That was
okay.
a part of the movie too.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
this is the world as it is. This
Mom.
is the what?
That's not 2 sentences. It doesn't tell anyone about the movie. Okay, you should say in this instance.
Well, let's
The movie's
just
about-
change it to Chevar's movie.
I'm just
review.
giving you because Biko, you got no. Okay, I'm gonna say 2 sentences, and then your whole perspective of the movie is gonna be a different movie. Okay, a family rents out an Airbnb.
Then you're telling it. You're telling
No,
the movie.
let me see my 2 sentences. A family rents out an Airbnb and then are visited by 2 strangers during a worldwide event. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, that doesn't
That's
that doesn't spoil
It
anything.
doesn't spoil the
Yeah.
movie. It sets the
No.
stage for what's happening. Because your movie could have been Resident Evil 8. Is what you what you came through with. Just
No, yeah,
just
she
like
came through. She came through with the. I thought that people was gunning each other down. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
you say
we got to that, but yeah.
you say the end of the world is people are like, oh, okay, so this is like the Terminator. Like, no, okay, so it's a C. The movie.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Last of Us situation. I thought there was
no,
zombies or something.
it is not at all. That's what I'm saying. You gotta set it up to be knocked down. You can't just knock it down.
Oh, I can.
Okay, what's the next movie? What's next week's movie?
Who knows? It won't be Netflix. I'll actually see a movie.
Okay.
Unless you
Well-
want one of the holiday movies.
All right, one of
or
the.
the
I'm
Grinch
gonna
or-
try to see. I'm gonna try to see Godzilla -1. So hopefully I can see that, and maybe Shin Godzilla if I can get around to it. But yeah, Mom, you should go see a movie in theaters. And we'll talk
Yeah, go
about
watch
it next
Godzilla.
time.
I heard it's pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, I heard it's like genuinely a really good movie. Like I heard some people say it's like their favorite movie of the year. Like it's really, really good.
It's
I don't know why
like
you're laughing.
Alvin and the Chipmunks is a
Mom,
really good
Mom,
movie.
you came in here and told me about a movie called Extraction 2 when I didn't know the first one ever came out, and you still can't tell me what happened. So I don't know why you think you have room to say anything about Godzilla.
Okay.
You came in here and told me there's a movie called Extraction 2. You said the first one ended bad, but the second one, it picks up sometime after that, and boy, it gets crazy. But you want to tell me Godzilla's the problem? All right, anyway, I'm good.
No.
This is Bob's Movie Corner, starring Bob.
Thanks, Mom. I think that's the second movie you haven't liked. So, or maybe third. Congrats.
Thank you. But
All
just keep that in mind. The music you just played.
Mm-hmm.
What was that last part?
Mom's movie. Yeah, sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last part.
I get it. I'm just trying to give you some kids and tabs. You know,
Yeah.
I wrote movie reviews as a profession once.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did. I wrote them every week.
So are you offering pay?
No, I'm offering advice for reviews. That's all. This is
Which is worth the same thing as my reviews. But yeah, maybe if I find a movie I like, we'll have a different
even movies
type
you
of
don't
review.
like. Even movies you don't like.
Don't care.
I mean, I just want people to know what the movie's about.
Don't care. Don't need to waste their life.
Okay, it's time for the news. The news of the week. The week's news. So I guess the biggest thing is going to be the Game Awards, and we'll get to that soon because there's a lot of game at the Game Awards. Did everyone get to watch
A lot
the
of game shit.
Awards?
Yeah, I caught up with it. I watched all the important parts.
I watched it live.
I had it on. I had it on the background. Yeah, you watched it live. Yeah.
Right, I had it in the background.
No,
Huh?
you didn't. Why are you lying? Why are you lying like that? Why you
Did
do
you
that?
really?
Oh,
I asked you before we
you
started
meant, like,
recording. You said I
live?
didn't watch that.
Yeah, I mean live.
Oh no.
Round one. Fight!
She thinks she's so funny. She thinks she's hilarious.
before we get to the Game Awards, let's talk about a few other things that happened this week. I think number one, at least to me, is a sad one, even though a lot of people are kind of celebrating. E3,
I didn't see that.
the biggest gaming expo, is officially dead. It was on hiatus for like 2 years now, I think. And
2 years, yeah.
yeah, they've come out to say that they're donezo. And E3, which was once the game event of the year, is now the game event of the past. It is gone.
Yeah, E3's
Which is
dead.
too bad.
For real this time. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's too bad because I remember being shocked, when they took a break for a minute. But no, yeah, they're really gone this time. They released a statement on Twitter. A lot of people, a lot of games journalists and stuff talk about like relating their favorite moments or whatever of covering it. But no, it does suck because you can say whatever about E3 and how they kind of botched it the last few years they were around, but all put together, it was like the biggest gaming news event of the year every year until Jeff and his wanna be schmoozing with the Hollywood people self decided to jump in and start making a bunch of new stuff. So I don't know. I'll miss E3. I think it was cool. It gave us a lot of gigantic moments in gaming, like a lot of actually every single console announcement besides like the PS5 and the Series X, pretty much. So
Yep, that's true.
yeah.
So what
no,
happened to
it's
them? Did they run
insane.
out of money or?
It's not that they ran out of... So E3 isn't or wasn't just a game expo. It was like an electronics expo, and games were a part of that. Do you remember we watched the movie with Spider-Man?
Right. It's like
no,
what
no.
happens in California every year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. And
yeah.
so eventually it became mostly games, and there's other stuff there, but it was mostly games. And the big three, so you have PlayStation, Sony, Xbox, Microsoft, and Nintendo, would make up the large majority of the show. So they would all get different conferences and different conference rooms, and they would have these big shows, and those shows drew in a lot of money from people who wanted to go to the shows, and then the money that they paid to rent out those parts of the event. And then everything else in between are the developers and smaller people and whatever. Eventually, Nintendo stopped going, and then Sony stopped going, and then Xbox stopped going. But without the draw of the people for those and the money the millions of dollars that they paid for those spots, and to have like 2 days of Sony and a day of Xbox, they didn't bring in enough money. So yeah, that's essentially it. It's just they didn't do
after
anything.
they pulled out, it just got worse.
They didn't do anything wrong. It's just the big draws weren't there, so there was no money to be made. People will go and see like robots and instant pizza cookers or whatever, but it's not nearly as much as the billion-dollar industry video games is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some big
Yeah, they got kinda
company
screwed.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They didn't need
no.
to spend money to make your money, so they decided we'll just chill and bring in money.
they decided that as far as marketing, they could spend the millions of dollars for this one big show and have all these big reveals, or they could do every 2 or 3 months a web show like the Sony things we watch, or like these small things where they can show what they want. So they can still control the narrative of what they're advertising. It can still reach millions of people, and they spend a fraction of the cost. So why announce ABC game and pay $1 million to have 300 people in a room and 1 million people watching online when you just have 1 million people watching online? And business wise, it makes sense. I don't know if it's consumer focused, but business wise, it makes sense. It saves money.
No, it's definitely not consumer focused.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
cheers
Yeah,
to
no.
the company and more money out of your pocket. Okay.
Well, no, there's no money
Yeah,
out of
no.
your pocket. You
There's
don't.
no
Well,
money
it's
out of-
all money
yeah.
out of your pocket, not theirs. I mean, they're not even investing in the way that they did. People work around that. I mean, think of how much small businesses and other people who even just work the conventions, they lose.
Yeah. That's bad. But as far as like the consumer isn't getting anything less except for the experience in the celebration.
That counts.
It does.
It's almost
does.
like saying, every year we used to have a Christmas party, and now we just have little luncheons throughout the year.
But imagine
You need
sometimes you
that
have
big celebration. Sometimes the after effects are a little more critical,
yes,
than
but
those
imagine
little bitty luncheons,
imagine sometimes when you have that Christmas party, people are making fun of you because your shirt's too tight and you spent $1 million for that Christmas party, but the people there are laughing in your face about your shirt too tight.
But they're drunk and they're having fun, and
they post about it like all day, every day, and talk about how you have
that's team building.
a barrel chest and you're wearing a blazer with a t-shirt. Like
Love
they
it.
just make fun of you the whole time.
And everyone
Okay,
remembers
yeah.
it. Okay.
The-
Well, I'll
Yeah,
miss
no,
that
this-
because I thought that was pretty
Will
awesome
you?
stuff. I will, because when I saw
you
that
get pissed
movie,
at us for watching it.
what was the movie that I reviewed?
The Tetris.
Tetris. Right. I mean, it's like I could connect, and I'm not a game player. Well, I'm a player, but I'm not a game player. But I could connect because I knew about that event. If I don't know everything, there are some things I do know about gaming, and I just thought that was a pretty awesome event that happens, every year. Is it in Vegas?
No, it's in.
It is in California.
no.
It's in California.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
in California usually.
I think Vegas has the gamer event.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
they have the gamer.
It'll be
event.
missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, shout out to E3. That sucks that it's gone, but I don't know. I'm kind of not entirely excited about what we currently have because, like Chevar mentioned, now we just have everybody has their own. Everybody has their own
There's just little
conference.
web.
Sony has their own. Yeah, it's little web things. Sony and Nintendo specifically. Xbox started doing it more so this year, but Nintendo and Sony specifically they do small conferences throughout the year, and half of them are kind of a waste of freaking time. Like it's like, oh, we have this indie game coming now, and that's like the whole conference, right? So I don't know. It's the same amount of news stretched out over the year, which is not as exciting. And it also doesn't allow the big reveals to happen. Now, a lot of the time reveals happen because you log on and you see on Twitter, oh, this so-and-so got revealed. Or you get a news alert through Apple News, or you get, whatever your notification of choice is. So, it kind of takes some of the fun away. It sucks a little bit.
True. Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
All right. So, so Biko told me, revealed to me earlier today, that he had never heard of the game the day before. Mom, did you read these articles about the day before?
Yeah, but
I read the
it
articles.
the day before,
I read
so I
them.
don't remember.
I read him. So I was a little wrong. I have seen this game before. I saw people talking about it before it came out. Some of the alpha footage, some of the alpha gameplay. I didn't realize it had blown up so much that people were watching it this closely. So yeah, I know a little bit about it. I know that it is basically like a ripoff of The Division and The Last of Us slapped together. But yeah, I didn't see all the controversy that came up after it's coming up. I did not see that coming.
That joke was pretty good, Mom.
Did you catch it?
Yeah, I did. It's pretty good. Yeah, okay. So the breakdown, there's a game that just released, okay? And it
Oh, wait,
released.
before you say that, you know, there's an event happening right now outside in the
What event?
sky. It's supposed to be like a big meteorite explosion thing in the sky.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have it set on my
That's crazy.
schedule. Yeah, you should be able to see it too, Biko.
If you type meteorite in Google, it drops a meteorite on your screen and it crashes.
Oh, wow. But there is an event tonight. And, okay. I hope it's not over when we're done.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Go ahead. I apologize. Day before. Go ahead.
Okay, so the day before is a game just released in alpha, or a beta, I guess, for people to play on Steam. Everyone got a hold of it and talked about how it doesn't live up to its promises. It's supposed to be an MMO where you and a group of friends wander a world, get supplies, survive a zombie apocalypse, yada yada. We've all probably seen the trailers for it over the past few years. And so everyone bought the game on Friday, maybe it was Friday, Monday.
I think it was Friday. Yeah.
Everyone played it. It talked about how bad it was. It's not an MMO. It's more like an extraction shooter game. There are almost no zombies. It doesn't match any of the gameplay footage they showed before, whether graphically or gameplay wise. And a few days after, the day after release, the studio is shutting down because of all the bad reviews, and they are refunding people the money that they can. To me, this story kind of grinds my gears. I'm gonna say it. I don't like that this is like a really big story for the sake of being a big story, because the day before has been a known quantity for at least 2 years. There are numerous YouTubers. There's a guy who's been making a video about this game every month for the past 2 years with updates about how this game is fraudulent. It's not what they say it. To me, it feels like a bunch of creators, streamers, whatever, found an opportunity to make content with this game and then blew it up way past what it should have been. It wasn't very popular. Had you heard of this game before this week, Biko?
Yeah, like I said, I had heard of it, but like in passing, right? Like I had no idea everything surrounding it was like getting that big. I just thought it was the ripoff Last of Us game, and that was it. I thought it was gone one week, gone the next.
Okay, so I'd say most people felt that way or never heard of it at all. But a lot of people kind of heard it was coming out, knowing it was going to be a fraud, and then made videos buying the game, telling other people to buy the game, to play it and make fun of how bad it is, and make it into like a spectacle, which should have just been a game that actually sold no copies because everyone knew it was going to be bad. And so now everyone's asking for refunds. The servers were overloaded, but it's all kind of manufactured, to me, outrage. It's like, I don't know. It's like everyone knew it was bad before it came out for years. If you knew anything about the game, you knew it was bad. Why did it sell so many copies?
Yeah,
why
how many copies did it sell?
It sold thousands and thousands of copies. They had, I think, something like
30,000 concurrent players.
30,000 players. Like, why did it ever sell that much? It's just because it was drummed up to be like, let's all go play this bad game and make content and talk about how bad it is and make our tweets about how bad it is. Which I think, that studio is trash anyway. They were making a trash game. They were lying about it. yada yada
At
yada.
stealing assets. They basically ripped off the division.
Stealing assets.
It wasn't actually. It was basically an extraction shooter, even though it branded itself as an MMO. Yeah,
Right.
it wasn't. Yeah.
They were taking Patreon money from or whatever it may be. But I kind of think it's unfair to I don't even want to say it's unfair, like it's undeserved, but like it's kind of mean.
It's a
And
stupid
not just
situation.
and not just
situation.
mean. It's
Well-
like it just is manufactured this story that didn't need to be a story. We knew this was going to be bad. Everyone knew it was going to be bad. Now we've,
I'm
Go
telling
ahead.
you, this is, and you said it right. It's people wanting to make content and stuff, because that's all I really see on YouTube now is a lot of, this game sucks. This game is going to be bad. Look at this bad game in the pipeline. I mean, we saw something earlier this year. It's every time Game Mill releases anything that isn't All-Star Brawl, the fucking King Kong game that came out this year, that one was terrible, and like it was going to be terrible. Nobody cared about it. Then it came out, and every YouTuber, every Twitch person ever decided that they need to fork over money, play it, and then tell us how much it sucked. They can't believe they forked money over for it, even though nobody knew what it was until they decided that they needed to play it. So I don't know. It's a lot of like just, I mean, it's engagement bait, right? It's engagement bait, and it's like it's less engagement bait, but it's more like rage bait. It's more so like, wow, look at this thing that we can all get mad at.
We can
And
all
that's
get
a lot
upset
of
about
gaming
like,
YouTube.
and it's not just it's
Big part of
full
gaming YouTube.
upset because they don't really care. I mean, how many games
No,
on
they don't
Steam
really care.
Greenlight?
They weren't. Nobody was actually going to buy this. This isn't like Anthem or something where it was hyped up for years on the E3 stage and something, and then people bought it and it was ass. This is a
Right.
nobody game from a nobody that nobody cared about until X YouTuber played it, and then suddenly we want to, dunk on it.
or Cyberpunk or Starfield. It's not like something people were
Yeah.
really anticipating to have. And the thing is, no one's really upset. Really. No one expected anything from the studio. Most of them knew it was going to be bad. No one's really upset. They just wanted to have something to, post about. So it's kind of annoying to me, the whole story. Like, it should be dead like every other what is it called? Steam Greenlight project. It's not any, better or worse than anything else they have. So it's kind of manufactured anger, but that's the industry
No,
today.
100%.
I think they did it for a write-off. It said in the article it was supposed to be released in 2022.
Right.
And I
Yeah,
think
this
at
happens
that
all-
point,
yeah.
they built up the hype, so when it came out, and they only sold, about 200,000 games?
That's a lot.
Well,
That's a lot.
but according to them,
That's a lot.
According to them, that made it a failure. It was a financial failure.
Okay, I'll tell you what was really happening.
yeah.
The whole
Yeah, go
point
ahead,
of
thank you.
making this game was to get people to spend as little time and money and effort on a game, get people to buy it, and then stop supporting it. It's just a money machine. The reason it was delayed was because the trailers they put out for the game actually got people too excited for it,
Right.
and then they kind of had to like actually make something. Right.
Mhm.
So it got delayed because they didn't have anything, and they kept getting coverage about how they have nothing, and so they had to keep going with it. If the game got less coverage, it would have come out a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
It would have just been another thing. And this studio is not big enough or whatever to fail with 200,000 sales. 200,000 sales is extraordinary
Massive for a game
for
like this.
a company like that.
This happens a lot with a lot of games, right? Like a game will be in development, have its budget or whatever, it leaks or something like that, or there's a news story about it, it gains massive hype. So then, sometimes studios are given like, this isn't exactly what happened this year, right? But this is something that can happen. The developers are getting given like more tasks, they're given like unreachable goals sometimes, so that the game sometimes comes out not exactly what people expected, or it doesn't live up to the hype that it was given, right? We've seen this happen with several other games in the past that were put on the E3 stage, like No Man's Sky and stuff like that. So that's not what's happening here, though. This is much more perverted than that. So yeah, no, everybody in this situation kind of sucks to me. I don't really like how a lot of gaming stuff now, and it's always been like this, right? Like that's why a lot of gamer drama happens. But you know, the only reason we cared about this game, and like I said, that Kong game that came out earlier this year, is because people wanted to make YouTube videos so like they could get ad revenue. And it's not actually because anybody gives a shit about the game. It's because
revenue.
like, you know, there's a guy who Iron Pineapple plays Souls games, right? So he goes into Steam and he clicks on the Souls like genre, right? There are people who do the same thing but for rage baiting. So they'll go on Steam and say, what's the lowest rated game right now? Or what's the game with the worst amount of reviews, or what's got the least amount of anticipation, and then they go pick on it. Like this is something like people do. Like you can go find videos right now. They're like, I played the 5 worst rated games on Steam, and then some of those games go mini viral too, right? Like it's just engagement baiting. So I personally don't like that side of it more because a lot of mini developers come out with really crappy games and studios close all the time every year. Like that happens all the time. It's more so just the media's reception of it and people being like, the game sucks. I'm so shocked. Like, no, you knew the game was going to suck. That's why you gave it all the attention. You know, it's obnoxious, if anything.
And their response, what is it? Fantastic.
Yeah,
That
fantastic.
the A, they should learn to spell.
Yeah.
Well, their response that was posted on X was, "This was our first big experience. Shit happens." Right there, that tells the tale.
Yeah, they, you know.
That's just rude.
Mm.
Glad I didn't buy
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anybody who
of
bought
course.
this knew they were good. Yeah. No, you can.
I'm sure you're glad, Mom, you didn't buy that.
She buys games all the time.
She does. Okay. So fess up, Mom. It's okay. Be honest.
What?
How much of this Game Awards did you watch?
Okay, so
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god! All right, here we go.
But
It's like
when you-
it's like, all right. So let me tell it. Oh man.
when you sent the, what do we call it for the program?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The prep, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the Game Awards already happened, I didn't know you wanted me to watch it.
Well, you know what? That's why I sent this, so you didn't have to. You could just go through all the things.
Yeah, that was kind of the point.
Right.
That was
and
kind
so
of the
that's,
point. Is he
that's
gave
what
you
I
this.
did. Yeah, I went through the list. So
You know, watching it would have been easier though, because then you could get the visual basis for what's there.
Yeah. Did you actually watch any of the videos past the link?
I did.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
So
that's
that's
good.
good.
Okay.
What I want. Okay, Mom.
Okay.
You tell me the first thing we're talking about the Game Awards. What thing seemed interesting to you? But we're not talking about who won what because it's all trash anyway.
Right.
But
It's
Who
all
gives a crap
trash.
about that? Yeah.
what announcement did
I
you
will
like?
say my predictions were correct for what I thought was going to win fighting game and game of the year, and that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, yeah, what do you want to talk about first, Mom?
Okay, there was a game that featured Matthew McConaughey,
Mhm.
Exodus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's a third-person action adventure, and I watched that preview.
Okay. What'd you
Um,
think of it? Did it look interesting? Is this sci-fi
it was
stuff?
it was sci-fi. It looked interesting, but they also mentioned, which I agree, that he wasn't in the trailer. I don't know why they had him announce it because we don't know where he is. He wasn't in it. So
Mom, close your ears for this next part.
hold on, let me take my headphones
That was
off.
just some good old fashioned Game Awards Jeff Keighley dick riding. That's all that was. But that we can just Hollywood dick riding. That's his favorite thing to do. Mom, you can come back. It's good.
You can come back, Mom.
But
Okay. Was he doing the F word thing again?
Oh, he did worse.
No,
than
it was
that.
worse. It was worse. It was worse.
Ooh, okay. I
It
don't
was
know if
Def
I
Comedy
listened.
Jam. Bad.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
watched
weird
it.
they didn't show your boy in there.
right. That was
All right.
No.
All right. They did
all
none of that.
right. Yeah.
He wasn't in it at all. I was very wary of this one because I feel like this is just and I don't know. I didn't think it looked that interesting. It just looked like a generic
It was
sci-fi
just all
thing.
right.
I
I
couldn't
could
even
have
tell
made that.
what kind of game
yeah.
it was gonna be. Yeah, I don't like what's the game gonna be. This doesn't tell me what it is besides we have Matthew McConaughey, but we're not gonna tell you how he's being used.
Right. That was kind of weird. And then you want me to move on?
No, that was yours. We'll go one by one here, so we make sure we cover everything everybody wants to cover. As far as that game, yeah, I agree with both of you. It didn't. Time stuff is cool. Space stuff is like, okay, space isn't just instantly cool like westerns or gangs or stuff that if you say something's got gangs in it, I'm interested because I'm black. And if you say something's got cowboy hats and western stuff in it, I'm interested because I'm from Texas. All right. Space. Space is something no one relates to because what is that? You got to have some cool stuff in the trailer. This just looked like aliens.
Accent in there. My thing is that's my thing, right? It's just we have so many sci-fi games, and the ones that are interesting do something different with it. Like you got Dead Space, or you got a lot of like why do people like Star Wars?
Yeah,
it has
horror
its own unique aesthetic. Destiny, Destiny has its own aesthetic and stuff like that. I feel like this doesn't have like any sort of identity. It's just we're in space. There's some robots and they're shooting this. Like, yeah, I know, but like, there's nothing to grip me there, right? Like, this was Game Awards worthy. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Well,
I'm like,
it's Matthew
okay,
McConaughey.
Yeah, but you
and that's
should
what
show off.
and that was my big thing about this too. I have other problems with the Game Awards. My biggest problem with it is they kept bringing Hollywood people out. Like I was supposed to give a shit. I don't care about Simu Liu telling me to
games.
Telling me to stretch. Timothy Chalamet wasn't in a damn thing. He just showed up to give the award because they were like, "Look, it's a Hollywood actor." He wasn't even in anything. He was just there. He looked like he was half asleep too. So it's just a bunch of. Yeah, he always. But it was just. Well, no, because it's gaming, specifically Jeff Keighley trying to position gaming next to Hollywood, like it needs to be next to Hollywood as if it's not its own industry that functions on its own and sells games on its own. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of obnoxious to like shove these famous people into stuff, and then you have a trailer, and your trailer isn't even ready to show off Matthew McConaughey. He's not even in it. You brought him out to pitch it and be like, "Look, I'm in this," and then you can't even be bothered to actually include him in it. Probably because he may not even recorded his lines yet. So I don't know. It's garbage.
Hey.
Just another perspective on that. It is kind of flattering. I mean, I know you don't like the Hollywood people, but just
flattering.
The gaming
flattering
industry is like on its own. You're right. It doesn't need Hollywood and actors and all that, but they're so enthusiastic about the gaming that they're wanting to be a part of it. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
They've been wanting to be. This comes and goes in waves. We've done the celebrity thing before. There are even several celebrities who are very big roles in video games. I think we lost one this year. Lance Reddick is in several video games. He's a famous actor too. And like that's the thing. There are people who like want to be in this who don't need to be given, I'm going to present the game at the Game Awards, so I'm important. There are people who want to get into this. They're in this already because they like are interested. It's not just my agent called me up and said, "Hey, you can be in this game." Which is what it looks like for these guys.
Right.
It just seems it doesn't seem genuine. It seems like it's just, oh, we could get a famous guy, so let's get famous guy on stage, and then you let them talk more than you let the actual developers give their thank you speeches for getting the award they got for doing their hard work. So
I don't want to hear that either.
It was just whatever. It was
right.
BS. I don't know. I'd rather hear that than a celebrity be like, huh, I played video games in the 90s before. Don't you guys like video games? Well, anyway, here's a trailer for something they're paying me for. I'll see you guys next week. I'd rather listen to a broken English developer tell us how thankful he is for his award. Much rather listen to that.
I guess, but like, here's the thing. All right, this is not comparing to Hollywood, but for the developer speeches. All right, look, they all say the same thing. Thanks to my family for letting me spend.
I hope
long
you never win it.
nights.
I hope you
Thanks-
never win anything.
thanks
and
for
you
my-
never have to give a speech.
No.
That's all I have to say about that. That
I'm
is
just
so
saying.
rude to be
I'm
like,
just saying.
hey,
I'm not
actually,
sitting
nobody
there-
wants to hear that shit because we've heard it all before. Then don't you ever give a speech for winning anything ever, Shavar.
I'm
Just
not
don't ever
sitting
give a
there
speech for winning.
thinking, man, myself through a developer speech. Like,
Hey, yo,
I
by the
wonder
way,
what-
did you realize you have a podcast where people listen to you talk, and you're trying to say that you don't want to listen to other people talk for
That's not what I said.
less than 3 minutes?
No, that's not what I've said. What I said
They
was,
all say the same. You really said, okay, I'm ready to go to the next topic. You go ahead and get your hater shit off, but I'm ready to go to the next topic. Go ahead.
dog, don't get so upset. All I'm saying is, I know what they're gonna say. So, you know, I mean, they, you know, I
We
know what
may
they're gonna
need
say.
to move on. Biko's really riled up about this Hollywood stuff.
What do you want? Which
They got
other
that
thing?
bummy looking 23-year-old. Oh, I'm in Dune, so you got to respect me. Got his bummy
Okay,
ass on stage.
we got a
That white boy allowed to have
Chalamet.
the mop on his head.
Shalamater here.
Chalamet's trash.
Shalamater.
First movie I saw him in, he was a grown man's butt boy, and it was about pedophilia. So I'm good on him. He's all right.
Okay.
He did that for the Oscar, and he didn't even get it. So good for him.
I don't think the pedophile
He has
gonna
sex
like
with
you
a
talking about
peach.
that
He
movie
has
like that.
He has sex with a peach in that movie for no reason. It's just some dude said, "I want to see a little boy naked."
Can
That's
we?
what that movie was about.
Help.
Okay, so Biko, instead of talking about pedophilia, you want to choose a game award thing that was interesting to you?
Great. So yeah, let's go interesting instead of confused. So when I will talk about the God of War DLC that came out of nowhere. Was very excited to see it. So God of War Ragnarok got DLC called Valhalla. It's just post game DLC. So that got announced in the middle of the awards. Surprise dropped a few days later, which would be today. So yeah, it's free DLC. So if you played and beat Ragnarok, you can go download it now. You can play it anytime. You don't have to beat it either. I actually tested it out and played it for a couple hours before jumping in here. It's really good. It's a roguelite mode. So you're going through different rooms, sometimes the same rooms, defeating enemies, trying to get different buffs and stuff. But it's also story based. So that's why I say it's post game. It's immediately spoilery if you haven't beat the game. You have to at least beat the main story, right? But yeah, it's really good. It's got enough story stuff in it, but it does start really quick. It's not like it takes 10 minutes. Or it's not like the beginning of the actual game, right? Where it's like 10 minutes of cutscenes first or something. It's like, no, you're here for the combat. A lot of it is. It's not easy either. You can pick your difficulty. I picked one of the higher difficulties, but no, it's good. This was a really welcome surprise for a game I really like that came out. A year ago, I think. So yeah, no, I recommend if you have that game, you want to go back to it, go pick that back up. It's a roguelite mode, separate from the main story. You just pick it from the main menu. You start with the same stats anyway, because it's like any roguelite you play to get some permanent stat boosts. Most of the ones you'll get will be temporary during the run you're playing. But yeah, no, it's super good. I was pleasantly surprised by that. So what about you, Chevar? Are you looking forward to playing it? I know you played a lot of Ragnarok and beat it and all. You beat it before I did, so.
Yeah. I'm always happy for more stuff to play. And roguelike stuff is fun to do, and I think it's cool they're adding a different game mode, which is to me something we'll talk about later. One of the cooler things that happened at the award show. But yeah, it's cool. I'm excited for it. I haven't touched it, but I'll play it. I'll beat it.
Yeah, you should.
As hard as I can beat it.
It rewards, and for people who are like more invested in the story, it is heavily combat focused, but they do reward you with more story as you keep working your way through each room and like building your like getting to the next level of what Kratos has to do, because it's kind of like this isn't a spoiler, but like Valhalla is like based on the person who enters it, so a lot of the stuff is like very personal for him. It's his perception of how he saw a lot of the areas you visited during the main game, so and it explores stuff from the previous trilogy. So yeah, really really cool stuff. I suggest everybody check that out. It's free, by the way. It is free and it will stay free, so don't feel like you have to go rush to play it or anything. So yeah,
that
What
was
about you,
one
Chevar?
of
What you
my
got?
picks too. So I like that game. I like watching.
Yeah, did you watch Chevar play it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And I watched the trailer.
One thing. Now, look, guys, it's not my thing. All right, it's not how I roll. All right, everyone should understand how I roll by now. But I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with Fortnite becoming 3 more games now.
Hey yo, I'm telling
That is-
you,
that
that's
is like-
shocking, dude.
Mm.
Nah,
like the
son,
most
Chevar.
Unexpected thing.
I've played Fortnite this year more than I have played Fortnite since it's been out. There's I don't know what, because now it's a battle royale. It's got Lego in it. It's got Guitar Hero in it, which they're gonna come out with new peripherals soon. I'm sure people have already modded theirs to work too. And it's got not Rocket League in it. It's got like 4 different games in it.
Well,
So
it is Rocket League. I'm pretty sure they're partnered with Rocket League, but I mean, it's a racing thing.
Yeah,
Because it's
Is
called
it really?
Rocket. Yeah, even the font is Rocket League-ish.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize they actually partnered with them. I definitely thought that. Oh, yep, they even have it on the Rocket League website. That is crazy. So they literally got Rocket League in fucking. That's man, I gotta download this game on everything.
Yeah, I think it's kind of okay. So to me, why this is very interesting and kind of crazy is that Fortnite is contender for biggest game in the world. You've got Minecraft.
Yeah,
You've got what's that other one kids play online all the time?
Roblox.
Right? Like stuff for
Grand Theft Auto
people who
5.
don't have developed brains, right? Grand Theft Auto 5. But I'd say like in the grander scheme, because you're never going to see Grand Theft Auto 5 on TV for a commercial like that is not like...
Yeah, it has less mainstream appeal. It's too violent. I agree. It has the players. It has the players though.
But Fortnite,
but anyway.
it's one of those like it's gonna. I mean, if Fortnite goes for another year or two, it's gonna be one of those timeless, like always around games like Minecraft, right? But then they go and say, you can't do a Fortnite 2. I think somebody up there is like, there's no way you can do a Fortnite 2. Just like you can't do a Minecraft 2. But you know what we can do? Let's just put 3 more games in Fortnite. Because Fortnite is already 2 games. There's a Battle Royale, which is what everyone does, which is the second game added into Fortnite. The first original Fortnite game was it was like Gears of War, but it was like Horde mode, except you
Horde
build
mode,
stuff.
yeah.
Right. And then they added this Battle Royale, and then they're adding this. I think it's the most genius thing anyone's done all year for a game, as far as DLC and adding and expanding life on the game. That's just genius. I don't play the game. I'm not a Fortniter. My friends don't play Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but man, that was smart.
It's fun. Well, I think they did it better than Call of Duty, right? Because like you said, right, they've always had the Horde Rush thing. They have the Battle Royale thing, but now they have straight up different games, and you can use all your skins in all the games too, which is really cool. Like, because one of the things that Fortnite runs on is their skins.
You can
and emotes.
you can download the games. They are separate games, but they're essentially the same thing. They're all in.
You access them all from the same menu.
Right.
You just open Fortnite and they're all in there. So I don't know. I think this is a really good idea because like Call of Duty tried to do this, right? And they've kind of botched it since. I think I might have talked about this last time, but Modern Warfare 3 came out this year. People fucking hate it. I understand why. The game seems half finished because this year there wasn't supposed to be a new Call of Duty. It was supposed to be a DLC for the last Call of Duty. they ended up needing to meet their sales numbers, so they bumped it up to a full entry and slapped Modern Warfare 3 on it, which is why the campaign's so short and there's almost nothing in it. Because Call of Duty has been trying to just make a Call of Duty app where every new game is basically just an update to that app. And it's not going very well for them. A lot of fans are getting kind of pissed because it kind of seems like now the content is getting very paltry. So yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is I think they should just do that, but they haven't. They screwed it up this year because they weren't going to do that this year, but then they screwed it up. So Fortnite, though, they said, we see this idea, we're going to do it a lot better. We're just going to put several other games in there and call it a day. And this Lego thing, I feel like the Lego thing specifically, amazing idea. I am so shocked they didn't do that earlier because, I mean, Fortnite basically is like playing with Legos in that regular build mode. But I don't know. I think this game is nuts. I think that they already started making these smarter moves when they took the main battle royale mode and they decided to make it buildless, so it's just a shooting game. Chevar, I'm not joking. They did that a year or two ago. Made the game 10 times more playable. You don't have to do all that building crap. You can just shoot people.
Yeah,
and that made me want to play the. Yeah, it made the game way more playable. So I don't know. I'm kind of like shocked. I downloaded Fortnite back to my PS5 actually, so I could check all this stuff out, at least see if I want to keep playing it. So yeah, okay. Fortnite looked good. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Mom, anything else on here looked interesting to you?
Oh yeah. There are a couple of things, but I'm gonna choose one.
Okay, yep, that's what I was planning.
Let me just mention the other ones.
Okay.
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League trailer. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, okay.
I have thoughts about that one, but yeah.
The final draft update for Alan Wake 2. It reminded me what Alan Wake 1 was, because I forgot a little bit. But I remembered it once I saw it. But I was fascinated by Marvel's Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arcane Lion is going to do that. It was just the little trailer, very short, but it looked very interesting. It looks like something that I'm going to watch you play. Are you going to play it? And it was released.
Xbox first.
Oh, it's Xbox.
Yeah, it's a game they released. It'll probably be on PC, right?
I missed that. But it's Blade's 50th anniversary. That's why they released it. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, so it's Blade's 50th anniversary. This is Chevar, the reason I say that I don't think it'll be on PlayStation is because Microsoft owns Bethesda, which owns Arcane, and they've been Microsoft has been very clear that they're going to try to. They're not going to make a lot of games exclusive. They're not going to make a lot of games come to PlayStation.
That's true, but it is a Marvel game, and Marvel has the say as to like if they want it out somewhere else.
Basically, unless it's Spider-Man, right? Because I know Sony has Spider-Man rights on it.
Right. There's right. Yeah. And
okay.
I don't know.
Well. Yeah,
it's not official yet. They haven't said what platforms it is and isn't on yet, or
they haven't.
Right.
To be fair,
yeah,
to be fair,
announced.
they haven't said that. To be fair, yeah,
but it really looks good. I thought I was watching a movie.
It does look good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked because these guys usually do first person games, but this one's going to be a third person game. So I did think that was interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Set in Paris. I wonder. The only thing I'm wondering now is if they're gonna get the Blade voice actor from Midnight Suns. I thought he did a great job, so I wonder if they're gonna get a new one or if they're gonna use him. But yeah, I thought this is. I was not expecting this at all. I thought this is really cool. I'm glad they're getting Arcane to do it. They're really good at action games. They're really good at I don't know, action games. You feel the impact of what's going on, right? And with something like Blade, where this whole thing is using his sword and stuff and using a gun. I think it'll be really cool to see what they can do in third person. So yeah, one was cool.
When did Arcane start loving black people so much? Because Deathloop,
after they got done with the first Dishonored, because I don't know if you remember
Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2, you plays a black woman.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's a lot more black people in there.
It's just kind of weird, right? I mean, it's just unconventional.
No, I don't
to
think
make,
it's
like,
weird. I genuinely think there are a lot more black people work at Arcane now. That's what happened. So you're gonna get represented
Maybe.
more. You're gonna have more than just sloppy looking white people in London in
Oh
fake
my God.
fake futuristic London. Chevar, you know what I'm talking about. You've played Dishonored. Stop. You're not
That's
gonna
true.
have the weird
Dishonored
looking.
does make
yeah.
people look
Thank
sloppy.
you. Sure. Yeah, like
Okay.
everybody looks weird in that game. So the art style's got a lot better. I still need to play Deathloop. I own it twice. I just haven't played it yet. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about this one because I like Arcane. I really like the Dishonored series a lot. I like what I've seen so far at Deathloop, so I'm looking forward to this one. I think this one should be good. And the guy who was announcing it seemed really excited about it, and that's always good to at least see somebody like excited about the source material, especially because Blade hasn't gotten anything in a long time. Like Midnight Suns was when I seen him the most represented in a game in a while. So
Well, I'm
you know,
withholding
glad to see
judgment
it
until
back.
I see actual gameplay because the trailers.
It's
Nice
Arcane. It'll be
trailer.
fine.
It's red. It's all that stuff. But I'll wait till I see gameplay because you never know. It could, you never know. But it's cool to have a Blade game. We haven't had a Blade game. I can't even
Nope.
remember any Blade game ever where it's just Blade.
There might have been one when the Wesley Snipes movie came out. I'm not joking.
Maybe. I'm glad they're going with the Wesley look, right? Instead of the
It's the
bald
best look.
Blade.
Yeah.
It's the best look
Yes, I like
for
that.
Blade.
Yeah. The 2000. There's a 2000 game.
Actually, it's
PS1.
99. Oh, okay. 2000 Blade, the movie. Okay.
Oh, and then there was a Blade 2 video game on Xbox as well.
All right. I don't
They
need to
both
play any
probably
of
were
this.
ass though. So yeah, they both probably sucked. So it's okay.
All right. Biko, anything else from the Game Awards here?
Anything else? Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I kind of do what Mom did. I'll do a couple of quick things and I'll jump into something that was more, more stuff to talk about. So Brothers, A Tale of Two Brothers, I think, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Brothers, A Tale of
that's
Two
getting-
Brothers, the brother.
Yeah, Brothers is getting a
Brotherhood.
remake. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. There you go. It's getting an Unreal
go.
Engine 5 remake. I think this is okay. Okay, to be fair, this game is good. It's a good game. The original is a good game. It came out a while ago. It came out maybe a little over 10 years ago.
I think it's just 10, yeah.
It's just 10, right? I don't know if this needed a remake. I
I'm not.
know if it
I remember when
needed
this game
one.
came out, and everybody. It wasn't like.
It got a lot of
Oh my-
praise.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a crazy like. It wasn't
It was
a Shadow of
good.
the
It wasn't
Colossus.
amazing.
It wasn't Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, it was not that. It was not that. No.
It's not Bloodborne. I mean, come on. I mean, that's great.
Yeah,
They wanted to remake their own game again. It sold well back then. It would probably sell well now.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's
it's
a
kinda out of
critical
nowhere.
darling, I would say. Yeah, it's out of nowhere. I wouldn't. I didn't want this. Let me just make that clear. Do I hate that it's here? Do I want it gone? No, but I don't care.
It has
Next
co-op
one.
now, though.
It had co-op before.
Apparently not. It
It
says
probably has
right here,
online
as an
co-op now.
additional bonus, the classic single-player experience is now also joined by local co-op, allowing friends to control each brother's actions.
No, I just looked it up. The original is also co-op.
Online?
No,
Maybe?
because it's not. So here's the thing. It wasn't co-op, but the way they did it is that they want you to play with two people. You hold one side of the controller. each.
That's
So now,
right, yeah.
yeah, it was that
But it
era
says
where they thought
single-
that was acceptable. I know,
Oh, yeah.
Chevar, I know, but just let them have that. I think this is fine. The next thing that I'm a little more excited about because I did like the original game. That this guy made in 2021, but Pony Island 2, which if I'm not mistaken, there is no Pony Island 1. But yeah, Pony Island 2 got announced from the creator of Inscription. If you haven't played Inscription, get it on your computer and play it. I really recommend you get it on a computer for no specific reason. I just think it's a better experience. But Yeah, and it also features if you don't know who this is, Seungwon Cho, who played he's pretty big on the internet, but he also played the Red Asker in God of War Ragnarok. But yeah, it seems to feature a lot of like, you know, live action segments and weird 3D action point and click stuff, and it seems really weird, which is what I liked about Inscription, but I'm sure it'll actually be like a really good functional game. And then besides that one, I did want to see what you thought about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Oh my god!
I don't know why
stop.
they
No,
named
stop.
it this.
No. We're not
Let's talk
talking about that. It's just Dragon Ball. Whatever the Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi,
it's-
made by the original developers. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
no one
not
cares.
a great
Get out of
thing.
here. Get out of here.
Yeah, okay.
I like Dragon Ball. No.
Yeah, I like Dragon Ball, but I don't want this. Like, I'm sorry, DBFZ to me is still the definitive. Dragon Ball Fighters is still the definitive Dragon Ball fighting game to me, and it just got rollback, and they're gonna implement it soon. Hopefully, they just come out with a new one. I don't really care about the rollback in the old version, but yeah, there's other better games to play.
Okay. I saw.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought Monster Hunter, a new Monster Hunter on consoles and PC, exactly what I wanted. Instead of, I got the last one, you know, the one that came out on the Switch. I just couldn't open it to play it because I don't know. I got it,
It's
but
great,
I'm
dude.
happy. There's
It's
a new
good.
one. Yeah, I'm sure.
You should
I'm
play it.
sure.
No, you should really play
I'm
it because
sure.
it's Monster Hunter World,
I'm
but better.
sure.
Honestly, it's really
I'm
good.
sure. I'm sure it is. But this one is too. So I'm hoping it's good. I hope
you
it
got.
looks.
But Chevar, but did you see when it's coming out?
Who knows? That's enough time for me to
What
play
do you
the
mean?
other
Who
one.
knows? 2025, Chevar.
It's
That's when
it's
coming
plenty
out.
of
Exactly.
time. It's enough
you got
time for me to play the
dude.
other one, and not like that, because this one.
Why don't you think you'll like it?
I okay. Here's the thing with Monster Hunter. Okay,
I don't get it because you
the
loved
gameplay-
World and you played the shit out
the
of World.
gameplay gripping. Okay, but you know what was the most fun with the game is when I get in there with the boys and then we go and hunt the thing
I've
down.
been asking you
and
to
someone
play this
jumps out
game
of a
with
tree.
me. I have a friend and we've been playing and I've been asking you to play this game with me, Chevar.
Nah,
I had not
been
been playing it solo.
I
Oh
don't
my
recall
god.
this.
Anyway, no, it does look good. I do like that they're moving more towards like more realism, which is what made World so good. Compared to the previous entries, it kind of like, I don't know, World really like took Monster Hunter World like a huge step up. I mean, Monster Hunter in general, a huge step up. So this being like another step in that realism direction, kind of like studying the animal patterns, the huge like weather events and stuff like that. I think that's great. I think this is going to be a really good game. Definitely still one of the best selling Capcom games for sure when it comes out. So
Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was Rise of Ronin. So Team Ninja finally showed their second game. So they were working on two games, Wolong and Rise of Ronin. Wolong, of course, came out earlier this year.
good game.
Good game. DLC came
Fun
out.
game.
I haven't played it yet because
Yeah.
my friends
Too
aren't
many
really playing
games.
it, so I'm not playing it. But yeah, so Rise of Ronin coming out. Unfortunately, it seems like it's only single player, but it does look good. It looks like they're going more for the Ghost of Tsushima.
Sekiro Tsushima.
Well, I think in aesthetic, maybe more Sekiro, but like Wolong is the
Yeah,
Sekiro of
that's what I meant
Nioh's.
was the aesthetic. Yeah.
Neo is Dark
No,
Souls.
yeah.
Sekiro, Wolong is Sekiro, and gameplay wise, because that's how the gameplay works in Wolong. It's all about deflections, and then this seems
No, yeah,
like
that was
a
the Sekiro. Yeah.
Ghosts of Tsushima single play. If you look at the trailer, there are no demons. There are no.
No, yeah.
There's nothing like that. There's no demon. There's no monster. It's just human to human. So it seems more like a Ghost of Tsushima type of thing. But I'm excited for it. I wish it had some multiplayer, but I'm excited for that. I like their games. I like the meta of their games. I like choosing even though it's kind of a hassle, but to sit there and go through your equipment and then you spend 30 minutes doing that and you come out like twice as strong as you were before. That feels good.
And there's so many different builds you can make. There's different ways to craft things. I don't know. Team Ninja has their own good little thing going with their Souls-inspired series. I don't even want to call them Souls-likes because they all function differly. They're all good games. So
they're Souls-likes.
Yeah, they're Souls-likes. They are more faithful than a lot of other Souls-inspired games are. I'm looking forward to this one. I need to get back to Wolong. I cut into a little bit. I didn't finish it or anything. I did like it a lot though. So yeah, I'll get back to that game soon. But Rise of Ronin looks good. Very much looking forward to that.
It's a good challenge.
It's out in March, right?
It's supposedly. We'll see. But yeah, Wolong's pretty challenging, so it was fun. But that's all I had to talk about. You, Mom?
That's it for me.
One more thing for me. So Final Fantasy 16 DLC also was announced during the Game Awards.
Right, you played that.
Yeah, so this one was also a surprise because in previous interviews several times the developers of this game have said we are not releasing DLC, the game is complete. We are not releasing DLC, the game is complete. They were lying. So because they've also said that there was a lot of content they cut to be able to make it fit on one PS5 disc. Not in like a way that the story wouldn't make sense, but that there were missions they're like, we don't need to have those in there. My suspicion is that that's what some of these DLC are, right? So I like this first one. So the season pass is 2 different DLC. It's this one, Echoes of the Fallen, which came out the day before the God of War DLC, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that one was pretty short. It's like one chapter basically of the game, which is just one dungeon with a few bosses and then like a big final boss. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but think of it like another Mother Crystal mission basically. It's really good. It kind of expands a little bit on, what Mother Crystals do, kind of what the previous civilization, the Fallen, were doing. If you played the game, you know who the Fallen are. My only thing about it is that if you have not beat the game, do not expect to play this anytime soon, or if you're not close to beating the game, don't expect to play this, because you basically have to finish like one of the last side quests of the game to get the quest to unlock. So I did it pretty quickly because I have a finished game save which takes you to right before the last fight. But it was good. You can finish it in less than about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. It's $10 by itself, which is why I think $25 is better. Because the next DLC, which should be out in spring 2024, Rising Tide, is supposed to be, a lot chunkier from what the developer said. A lot more content, probably a few more different bosses, more enemies. This DLC also came with a few different equipments, some stuff that lets you do more air combos, lets you kind of like be more offensive against enemies and tank more damage while doing like crazy combos. So it kind of changes the combat system a little bit, but yeah, it was good. It's surprising though, because they did say like very clearly earlier this year that they weren't going to do any DLC, but then here they are doing DLC. So it's a little like, okay, whatever, but I enjoyed it. So I didn't really mind.
Okay, cool.
Also more time with Clive and his brother and stuff. So that's good.
I don't know how you play so many games. I'm still on Spider-Man Electric Boogaloo 2. But
I stay up late, and my wife gets up late on the weekends.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
I got time? I got time today. I got time, cuz.
No,
Okay.
I haven't played a game in like 3 weeks.
Why is that? Because
What?
oh, I'm listening.
I just haven't. I wake up, there's stuff to do. Got stuff to do out here in the streets.
All right, man. Y'all are so weird, man.
If I can get in the streets, and
Man, it's funny. We're done talking about that stuff, but we didn't even talk about what I'm sure they wanted to be one of the biggest announcements.
What?
Kojima pulling a 200004 and just showing us a tech, showing us a tech demo.
A woman screaming at a door. Come on.
He brought Jordan Peele on stage just to stand there.
Jordan Peele came out on stage like Like,
Yo, I'm not gonna lie,
look,
Chevar.
I'm sure the game is good.
I think Kojima might be done, dog. I think he's done.
No,
bro.
he's not done. Death Stranding is art. Okay,
Just kidding. Yeah. Okay. Death Stranding's good. Death Stranding 2 is gonna be good as well. But what the fuck was this? Chevar?
I just wish he
What
would
was
go back
this?
to just making game. All right, art is great. I just want some game. I just want some hard
okay.
game.
My beef with Kojima, Chevar. You want to know my real beef with him? He wants to be a director so bad. He wants to direct movies. He does not want to make video games. This man does not want to make video games. He wants to make movies, and he doesn't hide that either. There are tweets of him saying, "I always wanted to be a director, and then I failed, so then I became a video game creator." He literally says this. So when I see him walk on stage with Jordan Peele, I'm like, bro, Jordan Peele, get this man a movie he can direct so he can stop terrorizing us with white women screaming with black backgrounds. Because otherwise, I don't know what the fuck this was supposed to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening to the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. This is episode 122. Technically,
He just outro us whenever he feel like. He just does whatever he wants.
Whoever opens the show
shut the hell up.
gets to decide when we close the show. Okay, that's the rule. So if
It's been a show.
next episode.
Yeah, he
whoever
didn't even
opens-
play all the noises. That
Right?
man just got the hell up out of here.
He said that's enough.
Okay. All right. So here's a task for everyone for next week's show. Everyone needs
assignments.
Everyone needs to come back with a video game review. Okay, and
that's easy.
And a recommendation for either like a movie or book or something. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Because I'm tired
And
of this.
next time, I'm just going to describe the entire movie.
No,
from start to finish.
Mom, I just need
I'm
two
gonna watch
sentences so people know what they're watching.
I'm gonna watch.
Hey,
a movie,
can you review the
and I'm
movie
also
Escape
gonna-
from New York? Oh my God!
gonna
All
play,
the guns, all the. I just want.
I'm
You
gonna
just say a guy wants to escape from New York.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead, Biko.
watch. I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm probably also gonna play Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Yeah, there you go. That's the whole thing. It comes out tonight, and the Quan Chi DLC comes out tomorrow too. So
That's true. That's true.
got a lot to play. That and the God of War DLC. Oh Jesus, yeah. Oh,
All right,
and
Mom,
Chevar,
I'll set you up
forgot.
with a game.
Okay. I'll be
Tekken
ready.
demo. Tekken 8
Yeah, I
demo
saw.
comes out Friday. Yeah.
I saw.
So you guys listening, you should also play that because Tekken is good.
Tekken is good.
Tekken is good. All right. I'm not telling you what I'm playing or recommending. So, because I said next week, I don't know what Mom's got planned, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for listening to the show. This has been the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. You can catch us on YouTube at, guess what, Super Chevy Bros. And same on Instagram, not on Twitter. You got to take the S off the back. So Super Chevy Bro, or you're going to be following Chevrolet fan page. Thanks for listening to the show. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.